I'm gonna be preparing a few side dishes today, but before I do that, I'm gonna make my own candy. You guys know I have a super sweet tooth, which I have not yet been able to conquer. I'm gonna use some fruits and also some dates, which, believe it or not, have given my candies like this yummy caramelly flavor. And the texture of a date, if you've ever eaten it, it's nice and chewy and yummy, so it just makes for a wonderful little bite of candy. Now, of course, I'm making this all so I know what I'm putting in to my own candies, but this is in no way dietetic. It is still very sweet because I'm also going to be using some bananas as well. I went to the grocery store and I got these little baking cups. These are tiny ones, probably for mini cupcakes, but they work perfectly for making my little bite-sized chocolate treat. I mix them up with different flavors, which I'm going to show you how I mix it up. I also have some shredded coconut, which I may put in some of them today. I don't have a lot of chocolate, so I'm gonna have to be frugal when I make it. Usually I do the bottom with some chocolate and also cover it over. So the top may only be able to have a drizzle since I don't have a full bag of chocolate. But let me go ahead and get on this, and then I will start making my side dishes for later. I have a double boiler, but I am not gonna use that. I'm just gonna use a regular pot and put a metal bowl on top of it to melt my chocolate. Let me get the water boiling first. And what I'm going to do is lay my cups into this little container. Doesn't hold that many. I have several other containers, but I don't know how many I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna say, I think this holds about 8. I'll show you the 8 are lined up in here. Just turn the camera down so you can see the sizes in which I'm going to chop my dates. I actually mixed the banana with the date as well and the chocolate, and it was insanely sweet, but can I tell you something? So freaking delicious. But I don't know that I'm gonna do that combo this time. I may just stick with the bananas with peanut butter. And I'm only gonna do one banana. Bananas and peanut butter are so delicious. And then also the pecan with, whether it be the date and the chocolate and the peanut butter, or the date and the chocolate, it's just a win. And that's just from pouring the boiling water. I don't have it actively boiling right now. It's melting nicely on its own without it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a spoon for this and start drizzling it into the cups. I think I'm going to be able to cover these over. I might actually have more. I may need to do more cups. All right. So the chocolate is in. Yeah, I'm going to have to do more cups. And then I'm going to get another spoon for the banana ones. And I'm gonna have to put some of this peanut butter on it, but stick a pecan on there. And you know what? No, that's just too crazy. I was gonna stick a piece 4 days so they're really hard. You know, because I don't want it to be like any bit soft and melty. I want it to have like a bite, so I could bite into the hard chocolate on the outside and then have the yumminess on the inside. The banana gets nice and frozen too, so that's like a nice little treat. All right, now let's go to the next. And for this one, I'm gonna lay the date first. Lay my date down in there. Lay the date. I'm using the big rings. And now I'm definitely gonna go in with the pecan. I'm gonna put a little bit more pecans in there. Make it nice and nutty, a nice crunch. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, you guys? I don't necessarily need it for the banana with the peanut butter, but when I do the banana without peanut butter, it needs salt. So I'm gonna go ahead, just put a little bit of salt on these. You know, I'm gonna add it on to the ones with the peanut butter anyway. Now let me cover it over with some chocolate. Yum. And the nice thing about these, believe it or not, because these, I think because these are so decadent, I can only eat like 2, whereas I kid you not, when I get those like Halloween bite-sized Snickers and Twix and Milky Ways and stuff, I could eat like 10 of those things. So that's why I also prefer making my own candies. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to get out another container. Just find the top to this and stick it in the freezer right now. Okay, so this batch is done, and I did put a little bit of salt on all of them. I didn't use all this chocolate, and I definitely don't want to waste it because you know how expensive everything is now. So take some of these and roll them around in that chocolate and freeze it. Ooh, not smart. They did not cover well. Let me just show you. I probably needed to heat that chocolate up again, but we'll see what happens. Anyway. Or it's because the cherries are also so frozen as well. So let me just show you what one looks like and you can see what I mean. Hopefully that'll focus. So it's all lumpy and dumpy. What I should have done is put the cherries in the cup melted the chocolate a little bit more and poured it directly on. That would have been the smart thing to do. I had to put an apron on because I got chocolate on my shirt. So anyway, moving on to the next thing, then I'm gonna prepare some side dishes. This is a butternut squash. I have my oven preheating to 375. I used to roast my vegetables at 350, but I just feel like 375 makes them nicer, maybe a little crispier, and maybe it cooks it a little faster. Butternut squash, love to have it as a side on its own with other roasted vegetables. It goes well with beef and chicken and even fish as far as I'm concerned. But how I really like it is with my pasta. I know how to cook, I just don't enjoy it because of this. The washing, like washing greens and lettuce and vegetables and scrubbing and then chopping and oh my peeling and oh my goodness. If I could find a way, and I don't like to buy the pre-chopped stuff, so yes, I do know that there are places where you can buy this already chopped up into little cubes, but sometimes I feel like it's not the best quality. Like you're better off picking your own. And do they like put stuff on it so that the color stays so bright and pretty as it sits there on a shelf already chopped up for like weeks? Usually when I roast my vegetables, I use a glass dish about the same size, but this time I'm going to use the metal pan. I'm going to use garlic, onion, a little cayenne, I'm looking for some paprika, and I also want some sage, maybe a tiny bit of cinnamon. No cinnamon. I'll use that for my sweet potatoes. Sage, I need some sage. I'm gonna cut the rings in pretty thick slices, so if I cut them too thin, I feel like they sometimes cook down to nothing and they just break apart so easily. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna put a little bit of the olive oil, just a tiny bit, in the bottom of the pan and stick some of my bigger rings down in it, move them around. So these are covered in oil, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add my salt. I have a mixture of salts. If you think it looks weird, this is it Celtic salt or Celtic salt? I think it's Celtic salt. That's what I called it. It is pink salt and kosher salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and now do my onion powder. Ooh, that smells real oniony. And the garlic. Some paprika. Black pepper. If people think this looks like a lot of spices, it's really not. At least to me, it's not. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my rubbed sage. It smells good, makes me think of the holidays. All right, just put a little bit of, come on now, what is going on? All right, I'll just have to shake it through. Freehand, or I'll do it this way. Whoa, whoa! I'm not using all of this. So let me just put a little. There's a soup that I like to use sage in, but still I couldn't even use all of that. That's crazy. Alrighty. Okie dokie, so they are ready for the oven. I can't even tell you for how long I cook them because I constantly check them just to check for the tenderness, but I also like them to have a nice caramelized kind of like outer edges. That's when I know they are perfect. I like to keep them somewhat firm, but not like hard where they taste raw, but I do like that nice crispy edge. Okay, time to clean up. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave some of these spices out because for the next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna need them again. While my butternut squash is cooking, I thought I would show you some of my newest paintings. Now, for those of you who have never watched my channel or didn't see my last video, I am not an artist. I have never studied painting. I mean, maybe when I was a kid, I took like a little class, but ever since then, I have never done anything artistically as far as sketching, sculpting, painting, so that's really just not my thing. But I have come to love it and find it very relaxing. So I watch tutorials on YouTube, and then sometimes I'll just try to paint things that I've seen. In my looking for things to paint, I've come across this one artist from the 1800s. His name is Isaac Leviton, and some of his paintings, I love all of his paintings, and he's one who really inspires me. There's so many other artists, but this is the one where every time I see one of his paintings, I'm like, I want to try to do that. We're talking about a master though, so mine look kind of cartoony compared to his, which actually look like real life photographs. So anyway, I will show you everything that I've done so far, some little peonies, and as you can see here is like a little beach scene that I did, and this is one where I try to copy Isaac Leviton's painting. This is another one. I did not finish this one because I got really frustrated, but this is another one trying to copy Isaac Leviton's painting. I think you've seen this one and this one already. So this one, I have this blue glass jar or vase, and I tried to copy that. This was another simple one of like a jar with some flowers in it. And this scene, I really didn't love this one so much because it was so pale, but this is just like a little stream, some water. This is like a cold like mountain scene. And on the back, I tried to do a woman, and as you can see, I sketched her out, but her hips are totally offset from her torso. So I was like, yeah, no. I think you already saw my apple. This is one of the first ones that I'd ever done. This one is supposed to be a woman sitting, looking at a blue sky with a hat on and a long flowing pink dress. As far as like getting bodies, like I am not ready for sketching and doing like people's bodies and things like that. That is just like next level. Here's another glass with flowers in it. I think you saw my kiwi already, and I think you may have seen this scene before, and maybe this one. This is just another like one that I followed a video on. This one, I actually really like this. I saw this picture on Pinterest and I was like, let me try to copy it. It's supposed to be a cup of coffee, and it really looks like it to me at certain points. So anyway, that's my cup of coffee. This is supposed to be a window in like a brick building. Then I was trying to do some like fun kind of cartoony kind of things. Like I love canvas bags with different kind of prints and scenes on them. So this one is, I never finished this, but it's supposed to be like a little shop. And oh gosh, let's see. Oh my goodness! Why am I so messy here? All right, give me a second. I've got some more. I've been painting up a little storm, having fun, non-stop. Oh, here's another one. This is supposed to be like windows. This one is a little weird because all the perspectives are off. Like the vase is huge compared to the windows. They're offset. but I still like it anyway. I like the colors. What else have I got? What else I got? This one is just like a little sunset or the sun and over some water. And what do we got here? Oh, this I just did like a little French village with a little bake shop, a floral shop, and a candy shop. I was thinking if I could somehow get this transferred onto a canvas bag, like I would try to do a bigger one. I would definitely get that printed and carry a bag like this because I love that kind of stuff. Here I was just trying to play around with like little teacups and coffee pots and stuff. What else do I have? This was supposed to be like a Greek like village. I never finished this one. But you can see where I was going with that. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else worth sharing at this point. Got work to do, y'all, but I'm having lots of fun, and eventually I'll get to a place where I'm like, now that looks really good. But the journey is amazing. I'm having the best time ever, and regardless of how they look, I'm proud of every one of them. Alrighty, time to go check that butternut squash because it smells amazing, and I just want to make sure I'm not burning it up. I tasted it. It tastes amazing. I can't wait to have dinner. This is the spinach that I cooked earlier, and this is spinach with garlic. As you can see, I have lots of garlic in it. I saute my spinach. I don't boil it. And then these are my cherry tomatoes, which I will heat up later once I cook my pasta. My refrigerator, I keep it really cold, so this stuff is like practically frozen. That's why I have it sitting out now. Also, I forgot to show you guys, I made chili, turkey chili 2 days ago, and I have some left. Let me just show you. It is loaded with green peppers, red peppers, fresh garlic. The reason why I wanted to show you is not that I made chili, it's that I am now starting to put most of my foods in glass jars. I put crackers in a plastic bag because the little packaging that it came in ripped, and I was like, I wanted to restore it again. And then the next day, you guys, the crackers kind of had like a plastic taste to it. It was really weird. And now I'm starting to notice that with a lot of other things. Like I had some matzah and I have it in plastic, and it also doesn't taste as fresh, and it has like a plasticky kind of taste. It's really strange and quite concerning. The tomatoes are roasting. I am going to wipe the salt off and just prepare these for baking once the tomatoes are done. The tomatoes are nowhere near ready, so this is just gonna sit here until they're out. I also have to prep some chicken. I have to clean it and stuff, but I'm not doing anything with raw chicken until everything is in the oven or out of the oven and packed away so that there is no chance of any kind of contamination. So I'm gonna have to wait to do that damn chicken. And it is already 5:35.